Hi, this is Greg with Lionquestfitness. Last video I talked about this gun, a Smith & Wesson hand ejector in 38 Special, which is the predecessor of the Model 10. Also talked about how accurate these guns were with this standard barrel or so-called pencil barrel. And I've also got a very good story to tell after we shoot. So anyway, I wanted to shoot at 25 yards. And we're going to be shooting some 158 grain Fiocchi 38 Special, not plus P, but 38 Special. And let's see how accurate of shots we can get with this gun. Well, not bad. One flyer. That might have been the single action shot. Like I said, these guns are pretty accurate. Well, 25 yards, I would take that. I'll even take that flyer. It would have done some damage, even at 25 yards. So now, let's talk about this story I want to tell about an officer in the 1950s with a gun just like this. Now, back in the 1980s, when I was a young police officer, and we go to the range to qualify with our Model 66 Smith & Wessons, I noticed our range instructor would always bring two other guns that he would shoot, one being a standard barrel M&P hand ejector, the other being a 1911, because that's what he'd carried in the military. But I got to asking him about this pencil barrel. That's what I called it. Man, why are you shooting that pencil barrel 38? And he said that was his father's gun. And he told me this story. Now, if I get any of the details wrong, all right, time may have changed my memory, and I may have not understood completely what happened. But this is what I remember him telling me. Now, back in the 1950s, my sergeant's dad was the chief or captain over the security police officers. They were state constables that worked at Clemson University and kept the university safe. Now, at that point in time, there was no city of Clemson. It was unincorporated. And because there was no police officer to answer calls in the community, by state law, the South Carolina General Assembly made the jurisdiction of the Clemson University constables. They could go within a 5-mile direction of Tillman Hall on the college campus to assist or answer any type of law enforcement. So one day they got a call. There was a man who had gotten some bad liquor. And before I go into this now, Chief Curitan was a big man. He, according to his son, he always wore just a white shirt, and he had a badge that he could flip out. He had it in his shirt pocket, and he probably carried a holster like this, and he carried a handgun like this. He wore black slacks. Picture the old movie In the Heat of the Night. Somebody very similar to that. So they got this call about this man who'd gotten a bad liquor, and he had chased his family out of their house and was destroying the house with an axe. So Chief Curitan, he shows up at the door, had his handgun out. I didn't know what to expect. And at the door, the man met him with the axe, had that axe raised. Well, Chief Keratin fired up at the man, hit the axe, knocked it out of his hand, and then they were able to arrest the man. And everybody was congratulating Chief Keratin about what a good shot he was, and how he didn't kill that man, that he'd saved his life by shooting the axe out of his hand. And after they all kind of left, he was just shaking his head. And somebody asked him what was wrong, and he spat on the ground and said, "I wasn't aiming for the axe, I was aiming for his head." So this is Greg with Lionquest Fitness. Hey, reminding you that even a gun like this can still do the job. Maybe not for modern law enforcement, but definitely for citizen self-defense. And wishing you a Merry 2023 Christmas and a blessed New Year.